I'm so frustrated right now. And it's not even for the reason that you think. I know right now, before people even got to this point in the vlog, they left a comment as to why they think Bill left. And the comment victimizes Bill. And it says stuff like, Bill was shady. Bill wasn't a good person. Bill was a liar. Bill is ungrateful. You shouldn't help Bill. Bill is gonna do you dirty. Bill is this, Bill is that. For the last couple of days, people have been victimizing a homeless man who has been on the street for 4 years. I never knew that that would happen getting into this whole ordeal that came out of nothing. This came out of me wanting to surprise somebody with a gift bag of stuff who was sleeping outside of my parking garage, and it turned into everything that's going on right now. But I have been getting tweets nonstop which negatively impact and talk about Bill. And I've told you guys many times the reason we are doing this and why I am doing this. It's not about how grateful he is. It's not about all those fake YouTube videos you've seen about how homeless people cry and get excited and, you know, have a joyous reaction to getting a good deed done to them. It's about just helping someone. You know, we have the chance to influence one person. We obviously can't change the world, but we have the chance to influence one person. Now, my anger and frustration right now is coming through me tweeting yesterday and saying Bill is gone, and everybody commenting immediately and tweeting me and saying, I told you, I knew it, he ran away, he was dirty, he was a liar, he was this, he was that. Why would you kick a man who's down, who has been down for 4 years? If anything, he needed help. That's what he needed. God damn, I went through emotional depression and ordeals for a month, and I couldn't even recollect to you what my thoughts were at the time. Now I can't imagine what it would be like to be on the street alone for 4 years. You think I can remember my timeline? You think I would want to remember my timeline? And then if all of a sudden a random person with a camera comes to talk to me and I start telling him stories and I'm in shock, you think I'm gonna get everything to the T? What I'm saying is we needed to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. And I'm talking to you guys like this like I would a family member, because you guys are bruh-bros. You guys are a part of my family. We don't do shit like how people were acting in the comment section. You said 4 minutes and 38 seconds. There was cocaine on his table. Why would you, one, it was the toothpick floss that I bought him, but why would you so adamantly go out to try to victimize this man? It's not right, guys. It's not right. In many religions, it states you're supposed to give your fellow man or fellow girl 75 excuses before you point judgment towards them. Not a millisecond after you see something and you think something is wrong. Now, I understand it is rooted from you guys caring for me and not wanting me to get hurt, but it is not right, guys. The only reason I did that vlog where I sat down and asked him his questions and showed you guys in full was because I wanted to understand where he was at mentally and situationally. That's why I asked him all those questions. I didn't expect his answers to be perfect. I didn't expect him not to lie to me. I didn't expect anything of him. I wasn't trying to gauge his character. He's not an experiment. He's a human. I just wanted to see where he was at, to see where I should start helping him at. He wasn't a bad person. He was a great person who needed help. That's all that it was. I'm starting today's vlog so late because I didn't want to start it on bad news, on bad terms. I wanted to start it after I found Bill, so then you guys wouldn't have even known that he was gone. But as the day progressively went on, I realized I might not be finding him tonight. So that's why I decided to tweet about it, thinking that, you know, people through Twitter would be able to help me if they saw him, because LA isn't that big, you know, the vicinity that we're in. I've been looking for him for about 10 hours. God No lie. No lie. No lie. Been out all day doing this. And people have been tweeting me locations. Oh, I just saw him by Subway. Oh, I just saw him here. And my dumbass was hopeful enough that I went to every single one, not finding him. And you know when you lose something in your house, you go over the same place over and over and over again? Even if you've opened the cabinet 100 times, you open it the 101st time thinking you're gonna see it? Well, that's what I've been doing around LA. Currently 11:21 p.m. and I'm not losing hope. I'm driving to my final destination. A brubra just tweeted me and said I followed him for a while. He's at the DMV. And I knew that couldn't be right because I went to the DMV multiple times today. So I tweeted the brubra and I said, what DMV? Give me a location that's 30 minutes away from where I'm at. So I'm like, did he get that far? And at this point, I'm driving to the DMV that the brubra says he's at because I trust it. I trust it. So I just got to the destination that the brubra sent me to, the final one. Like, this has been happening all day, but I got here because he said it was the DMV. But there ain't no DMV around the area that I'm at right now. The brubra just tweeted me and said there were, I don't even know, basically he lied. I'm laughing not because like anything's funny, I'm just in a delusional state right now and I'm not giving up though. I know I said this was the last location, but I've been going all day, so why not? I think I'm gonna go back. Here's what messes me up. I know he still has money left over that I gave him and he's been doing good. So I know he would have been reasonable with his money and done something smart with it. I know he's not in a shelter because all the shelters were closed today. And that's the F up, part of the F up on my part. But when you have hope on something, you have hope and you just don't give up. Something crazy about today, bros. In all of today, like all of the day that I've been driving around, I'm pretty sure I saw over 200 homeless people like stationed at a different location. And it's like, it's one of those things where like, you don't realize something until you're looking for it. Like at the thing I was at yesterday, Pharrell said, you know, he didn't know he cared about the earth until people put him on to what was going on. It's like, if I were to put the idea of red car in your head, then every single red car that passes by, you're gonna notice like, oh, red car, red car, red car. So today I was just noticing all the homeless and it's such a big problem. I mean, I'm not saying that I just learned that, you know, the problem of, you know, people being homeless is relevant, but it's a big problem in LA and it's just, there's so much thing that's not being done for it. And a lot that is, like, now that I'm learning about all the shelters and the good of the shelters and the bad of the shelters, because I was talking to a friend today who I needed advice on the situation on, and she was telling me about some shady shelters and how they act as a non-profit but actually profit and just a whole bunch of stuff. Anyways, this is just me just talking out loud, and I just parked on the side of the road. I've done this a lot today. So far, I changed my outfit today. Parked on the side of the road a lot and went in circles a lot. I don't know what I'm doing. So I realized I couldn't find Bill at 11:30 this morning. I didn't announce it on Twitter until later in the day. Sim texted me at 4 p.m. asking me if I needed any help in this situation. I said, nah, just take care of the dogs. It is currently 1 a.m. and I'm giving up. I'm giving up for today. And, you know, you guys know the one thing I always ask you guys for is to never speculate, never to think negatively. So, to be 100% honest, the reason that I haven't said what happened on Twitter or Snapchat or even this vlog until now is because I've been ashamed of it. Because I tweeted earlier and I said it's my fault. And of course, because you guys are so supportive, you were like, nah, it's not your fault, you're being hard on yourself. But when I tell you guys the reason right now, you'll realize it is my fault. If you watched yesterday's vlog, me and Bill made a deal. But this is what I want you to do. Pack your stuff, get ready. You know, I want you looking nice and fresh in the morning. Remember I gave you that button up?
Yep.
The button up, wear that tomorrow to the interview.
Okay.
Can you wear that one?
Yeah.
Not the red shirt.
Alright.
Okay, wear the nice button up. I'll be here bright and early. We'll go to the interview and then we'll see what we're gonna do from there.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright.
I appreciate you so much. Just gonna show up bright and early. 10 a.m. I was gonna take him to his interview, which I didn't know where the location was. And then we were gonna go to LA Mission. Well, me and Sim did research last night, and LA Mission and many other shelters were closed today. So I was like, okay, that's not an issue. I'll still be with them. I'll put them in for another night. So I realized this last night, like after I had already left. I was like, I'm gonna put them in another night at the time, like when I found that out, but I was gonna wait for the next day. Long story short, and it's like, you're expecting something big. I overslept. And I didn't wake up at 9 a.m. bright and early, and I didn't meet him. Like in my head, I was gonna wake up, I was gonna get him coffee, I was gonna go prep him for his interview. So I overslept. Woke up, raced there. Yo, you know, I'm trying to get into that room. They were like, oh, we had to kick that person out, checked out. I was like, well, shit. So I was like, okay, it's not an issue, I'm gonna call him. So I call him. A man answers, and I go, hello, can I speak to Bill? The guy goes, I don't know who you're referring to, I'm sorry, I just got this number yesterday. So because it was a track phone, and this guy who got that number, it was a track phone number, like I don't think negatively in people. Either I wrote Bill's number down wrong, or there was an issue activating his track phone and it didn't get that number that he had written down or whatever. I was so not wanting to believe it that like 3 hours later I called that number back and I was like, yo, I'm so sorry for calling you back, but my homie told me this was his number, da 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 da. And then me and him even talked about it, and he was like, look, I just got this phone yesterday, it's a track phone, I have 1,000 minutes on it. He goes, you know, I would love to help you, but I have no idea what's going on. So at that point, I was like, all right, it's all good. Like, he checked out. He said he had an interview, so that's why he didn't wait for me. So he said he had an interview. The only problem is I don't know where the interview spot was. He said Hollywood. I don't know what place. So I started circling, and I went to Hollywood, and then I was like, oh, okay, he's not there. Oh, he's gonna turn up here. So I kept checking back at the hotel thinking like, oh, you know, maybe he'll be back. And what hurts me so much right now, so much, is because not yesterday, but the day before, when I showed up late to his apartment at night, he goes, oh, I didn't even know if you were gonna come back. And he was like, well, this one, me and him were talking off camera, because what you guys don't realize is me and him talked off camera, and I found out a lot about this guy. And he was like, I was totally okay with it, and you know, whatever, and I was thankful for all that you did. He didn't think I was gonna get there. So today, me not showing up, what kills me the most out of it, not the fact that he's probably sleeping outside somewhere right now or something, But the fact that he probably thinks I didn't show up on purpose. He probably thinks like I was just done and I was like, I did what I had to do and I just didn't show up and I set him up for disappointment. And that's why I did not want to go home today, and that's why I've been out driving all day. Fuck! I don't like disappointing people like that. Anyways, I have no doubt in my mind that he'll show up. I have no doubt in my mind that a bruh will find him, or I'll get tweeted or something will happen. Like, that's just how the law of attraction works. So today was frustrating, but it's okay, because I have no doubt in my mind. And now that happened, like, I don't know why I'm so invested in this. I don't know why I want to help this man so much. And you know I can't change the world, and I know I can't change anybody's life. And what pissed me off, when people were like, Yusuf, you can't change a man who doesn't want to change, when every single time I talked to him on and off camera, he wanted to change. I set him up on those, go into Starbucks, ask for this, go into here, ask for the application. He did it. There wasn't one thing he didn't do. He wanted to change. Anyways, I gotta go home. I did all I can for today. And I'm sure I'll be laughing about this in like 2 days when I find him, or tomorrow even. I'm sure he'll turn up, so I'm sure of it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow on DOSEofFOUSEY, where the grind don't stop, the tea stays green, the lines stay roaring.